Satnam and welcome. My name is Ann Taylor. It's my honor and privilege to lead you in Kundalini Yoga this morning. Here in September, we are starting our new series about altered states of consciousness. I chose this in part because of the psychedelic renaissance that seems to be really taking the world by storm. And the yogis, the ancient yogis, plus many other practices, knew all about altering states of consciousness for human development, not for the enjoyment of feeling a bliss state or other purposes, but really to, at least in part, to allow the ego self to connect with the higher self within, which the yogis call the atman, A-T-M-A-N. Kundalini Yoga is known as the yoga of awareness. That's one of the trademarks, if you will, that teachers, when teaching, refer to the yoga of awareness. So awareness is indeed going up through these stages of consciousness. Each week we'll look at a little bit different aspect with a common theme of Pratyahar, which is the sixth of Patanjali's Eightfold Path. You're familiar with the asanas or the postures, the Pranayam, the niyamas, and the correct ways of being in the world. The Pratyahara is withdrawal of the senses. And you may remember I mentioned this as we practice with Yoga Nidra. That's an excellent form of withdrawing the senses. And so there's also a concept that I'm going to be introducing. Some of you may be familiar with it, Ojas. And that is a very subtle form of energy in the body that is obtained as the final end product of digestion, but it's not the physicality of the food, it's the subtle energy. And it takes about a month for, if you eat something, for that subtle energy to build. And because we live in a world of such stress, and of course last month we talked all about building the nervous system, when we're stressed we lose this vital force energy. Somebody is, if I have to put her in the kennel, I will. Before we actually tune in and get going, I attached an article link into the class notes, and it's called Neural Correlates of Non-Ordinary States of Consciousness in Pranayama Practitioners. Pranayama, of course, is breathwork, the role of slow nasal breathing. So this is a scientific article. You may be interested. I like to bring some of the science in that seems to be catching up with the yogis, and why there is a, for those interested, there's a scientific basis. Let's begin by tuning in, and then we will go to our pranayam, which will be breath awareness exercise. So this series this month is going to be a little different in that it's, there's going to be less of a focus on the Kriyas, although we will do one. They will be gentler and more about elevating our consciousness. Let's rub the palms of the hands together, feeling the spine nice and straight. Shoulders are down and relaxed. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Deep inhale. Exhale. And inhale to tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo Om Namo Gurudev Namo Om Namo Gurudev Namo Adgirendime, Jugadgirendime, Satgirendime, Siri Gurudev Vainame, Adgirendime, Jugadgirendime, Satgirendime, Siri Gurudev Vainame, Adgirendime, Jugadgirendime, Satgirendime, Siri Gurudev Vainame. Inhale deeply, suspend the breath. Exhale, relax the hands down. As we begin breath awareness exercise. The hands will be in Gyan Mudra, the thumb and index fingers on the knees. The eyes are closed and the focus is at the brow point. And let's begin long, deep breathing. We'll be doing the pranayam and the meditation a little bit longer. Inhaling over a good 5 seconds, slowly exhaling the same duration. Focusing between the eyebrows. And begin to feel the motion of the life force energy in the breath. If you have a restless mind, and this is very difficult for you, use an internal mantra like inhale, sa, ta, na, ma, exhale, sa, ta, na, ma. It's only if you need a little assistance. Dropping into the pranayam. Notice what guna seems to be activating in you. Are you feeling sattvic energy? The more angelic nature of us? Maybe you're feeling Raj, restlessness, wanting to move. And continue breathing with your eyes closed. As you're going deeper now into the pranayam, begin to visualize your body as being luminous, lit up. As you're inhaling, your body is getting brighter and lighter. And as you continue to feel the lightness growing, allow that lightness to merge with the energy of the cosmos, the lightness, the light energy of universal consciousness. Feeling your connection with the vastness. If that's not quite coming for you, that's fine. Also, you can breathe in love, just the vibration of love into the navel center and draw it up into the heart and up into the third eye. And exhale that love out. Becoming completely aware of your breath. Learning to recognize what state you're in. allowing the brightness of your being to merge with the universal brightness. Dropping deeper now. Allowing for the possibility of unity, a state of union. Between yourself and universal consciousness, the divine, Brahman. Atman is one aspect of Brahman. We're not practicing a religion here. We're opening up our spiritual potential. And now simply allow yourself to come back to a normal state of breathing and leave the eyes closed. And take note of your baseline prana. Master the breath and you will master any situation or problem in your life. If you truly master the breath. Not necessarily easy to do. So the yogis teach that when the balance of prana is off, that subtle energy, the subtle life force energy, it begins to shift our emotions, it begins to shift unconscious processes, which then gets more and more gross to the point where we finally feel it in the physical level. Prana, the life force energy, rides on, you imagine it riding on the breath. It's not the breath itself, it's breath is the carrier of prana. So as we move into our Kriya, which is Kriya to see the inner beauty, and one of the 10 bodies is the radiant body. This month we'll be working with the upper energy centers, the upper chakras. And the energy of prana and its opposite, apana, when they blend at the base of the spine and they are mixed or carry a drop of the ojas, that subtle energy, which is you can think of it as just a drop of honey. It's one of the three subtle forces of the body. Prana being the other one, and quite honestly, I don't know the other one off the top of my head. And so we can, and this is what Napoleon Hill might have meant when he talked about the transmutation of sexual energy. Ojas is associated with the sexual fluids in both men and women. And so it's transmuted from its physical form in the second chakra, carried by the prana apana up the spine to the pineal gland. And when that happens, you begin to reach higher states of consciousness. And that's what this month is about. Higher states of consciousness are altered states of consciousness. It's not that normal waking consciousness. So this exercise, the first exercise, will open the higher centers. And again, this is not going to be a real active month. It's going to be more going internal and really working with those states of consciousness, coming out of stress. We worked on stress, the nervous system last month, and that's going to be ongoing. It's not like we're ever finished with that. But now we're going to layer on top of that. We're going to begin in prayer pose, which balances the two hemispheres of the brain, pressing the thumbs into the sternum for a nice connection. Apply chin lock, Jalandhaban, by simply tilting the neck forward a little bit, the chin forward a little bit. We're not bending our neck, but we're just tipping our chin. And begin long, deep breathing. And let's begin. Although there is no eye focus mentioned, you may want to place them at the brow point. As the energy raises from the base of the spine, we carry the ojas up to the pineal gland, and that in turn is going to stimulate the pituitary gland. And now I'll stop talking, come out of my head, and go deep into the meditation of the first exercise. Beautiful. Inhale, relax the hands down and just take a pause. The second exercise opens up the lower spine and helps to transfer the ojas from the lower center upwards, up the spinal cord, the spinal column. And if it's being done correctly, you should feel some sweating along your spines, some sweating on your back. And again, the ojas is like the metaphor is a drop of honey. It's a very, very concentrated, subtle, beautiful energy. We're going to come into celibate pose. And I need a block to do it. You might have a pillow handy. But basically, instead of sitting on your heels, the feet are going to be out to the sides. Just taking a moment and getting in position. Keeping the elbows straight, you're just going to grab hold of your knees. Rock the lower spine back and forth on the ground, vibrating the lower spine as rapidly as you can with grace. So it's just fine. Just begin to move and feel a pace that is working for you. We'll be doing this for a few minutes. Just begin a gentle rocking. And vibrating the lower spine as rapidly as you can with grace. So if you're on a block, it's a little less comfortable. Keeping the elbows straight. Just putting some pressure on the root chakra, stimulating. Encouraging the ojas to migrate north. And now inhale deeply. And allow that energy to circulate through your body now. Exhaling when you need to, and then inhaling again. Okay, excellent. And now we will do life nerve stretch. And so this exercise, the life nerve stretch in this sequence, is helping to open up the spine and release any blockages that are preventing the transmutation of this subtle energy. And so just reaching forward, if you're able to put your 2 fingers around the big toe, the thumb into the nail bed, and just breathe long and deep with the eyes closed. If your hands need to be on your shins, that's fine. Ankles, wherever you can reach comfortably, breathing long and deep. And just be in touch with your inner joy. Letting go of all outside vibrations. Going into a full relaxation mode in this posture. So get comfortable. If your mind begins to wander, simply notice and come back and try to get back in touch with your inner joy. Sensing the blockages dissolving along your spine. Allowing for the sublimation of the Ojas subtle honey to make its way up the spine. and allowing yourself and the light in your being to merge with the infinite light of the cosmos. Just allow the flow to connect. And inhale and slowly make your way down onto your back for a little bit longer Yoga Nidra than we've done in the past. And Yoga Nidra is an excellent form of Pratyahara, is withdrawing the senses. And although sometimes it may seem a little bit repetitious, we begin with the right thumb and so forth. It's a rotation of consciousness, which is different from just a guided visualization. Different areas of the brain light up when we're rotating our consciousness. So as we've been practicing today, it's very easy to really deplete ourselves of these subtle energies, the Ojas. And we want to protect what we do have. And so this practice, the practice of Pratyahara, is one practice that does help us keep what we have. There are also Ayurvedic herbs such as ashwagandha that help us produce it. And I'll be writing a blog post on that because I find the topic so very interesting. Please get ready for Yoga Nidra. Lie down on your back on the floor and adopt the pose called Shavasana. In this position, the body should be straight from head to toe. The legs slightly apart and the arms are turned upwards. The palms are facing the ceiling. Adjust everything, your body, position, and clothes until you are completely comfortable. During Yoga Nidra, there should be no physical movement. Close your eyes and keep them strictly closed until you are told to open them. Take a deep breath, and as you breathe out, feel the cares and worries of the day and week flow out of you. In the practice which follows, you are going to develop the feeling of relaxation in the body. It is not necessary to make movements or deliberately relax your muscles. Simply develop the feeling of relaxation. It is like the feeling you have just before you fall asleep. When relaxation comes deep, sleep does come, but you should try to keep yourself completely awake during this practice. That is very important. Make a resolution to yourself now that I will not sleep. I will remain awake throughout the practice. During Yoga Nidra, you are functioning on the levels of hearing and awareness. And the only important thing is to follow the voice of the instructor. Please, you must not try to intellectualize or analyze the instructions, as this will disturb your mental relaxation. Simply follow the voice with total attention and feeling. And if thoughts come to disturb you from time to time, do not worry. Just continue the practice. Allow yourself to become calm and steady. When you are doing the practice yourself, allow 5 minutes for this. Do not start too suddenly. Now bring about a feeling of inner relaxation in the whole body. Concentrate on the body and become aware of the importance of complete stillness. Develop your awareness of the body from the top of the head to the tips of the toes, and mentally repeat the mantra Om. Complete stillness and complete awareness of the whole body. Again, Om. Continue your awareness of the whole body. The whole body. The whole body. Become aware of the fact that you are going to practice Yoga Nidra. Say mentally to yourself, I am aware. I am going to practice Yoga Nidra. The practice of Yoga Nidra begins now. At this moment, you should make a resolve. The resolve will have to be very simple. Try to discover one naturally. You must develop a resolve to say at this time. It should be short, positive statement in simple language, stated 3 times with awareness, feeling, and emphasis. The resolve you make during Yoga Nidra is bound to come true in your life. We now begin rotation of consciousness, rotation of awareness, by taking a trip through different parts of the body. As quickly as possible, the awareness is going to go from part to part. Repeat the part in your mind and simultaneously become aware of that part of the body. Keep yourself alert, but do not concentrate too intensely. Become aware of the right hand. Right hand thumb. Second finger. Third finger. Fourth finger. Fifth finger. Palm of the hand. Become aware of your palm. Back of the hand. The wrist. The lower arm. The elbow. The upper arm. The shoulder. The armpit. The right waist. The right hip. The right thigh. The kneecap. The calf muscle. The ankle. The heel. The sole of the right foot. The top of the right foot. The big toe. Second toe. Third toe. Fourth toe. Fifth toe. Become aware of the left hand thumb. Second finger. Third finger. Fourth finger. Fifth finger. Palm of the hand. Back of the hand. The wrist. The lower arm. The elbow. The upper arm. The shoulder. The armpit. The left waist. the left hip, the left thigh, the kneecap, the calf muscle, the ankle, the heel, the sole of the left foot, the top of the left foot, the big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Now to the back. Become aware of the right shoulder blade, the left shoulder blade, the right buttock, the left buttock, the spine, the whole back together. Now go to the top of the head, the top of the head, the forehead, both sides of the head, the right eyebrow, the left eyebrow, the space between the eyebrows, the right eyelid, the left eyelid, the right eye, the left eye, the right ear, the left ear, the right cheek, the left cheek, the nose, the tip of the nose, the upper lip, the lower lip, the chin, the throat, the right chest, the left chest, the middle of the chest, the navel, the abdomen, the whole of the right leg, the whole of the left leg, both legs together, the whole of the right arm, the whole of the left arm, both arms together, the whole of the back, buttocks, spine, shoulder blades, the whole of the front, abdomen, chest, the whole of the back and front together, the whole of the head, the whole body together, the whole body together, the whole body together. Please do not sleep. Total awareness. No sleeping. No movement. The whole body on the floor. Become aware of your body lying on the floor. Your body is lying on the floor. See your body lying perfectly still on the floor in your room. Visualize this image in your mind. Become aware of your breath. Feel the flow of your breath in and out of your lungs. Do not try to change the rhythm. The breathing is natural, automatic. You are not doing it. There is no effort. Maintain awareness of your breath. Continue. Complete awareness of breath. Now concentrate your awareness on the movement of your navel area. Concentrate on your navel movements. Your navel is rising and falling slightly with every breath. With each and every breath, it expands and contracts. Concentrate on this movement in synchronization with your breath. Go on practicing, but be sure that you are aware. Now start counting your breaths backwards from 10 to 1. Like this. 10, navel rising. 10, navel falling. 9, navel rising. 9, navel falling. 8, navel rising. 8, navel falling, and so on. Say the words and numbers mentally to yourself as you count your breaths. Be sure that you do not make a mistake. If you do, you must go back to 10 and start again. With total awareness that you are counting, go on counting from 10 to 1. Keep on with this practice, no mistakes. And now stop your counting and move your awareness to the throat. Move your awareness from the chest breathing to the throat. Become aware of your breath moving in and out of your throat. No sleeping, please. Just total awareness. Now we come to a visualization. A number of things will be named, and you should try to develop a vision of them on all levels. Feeling, emotion, imagination, as best you can. If you are able to find this vision, your relaxation is complete for the time being. And if you are not able to, then you need a little more practice. Burning candle. Burning candle. Burning candle. Endless desert. Endless desert. Endless desert. Egyptian pyramid. Egyptian pyramid. Egyptian pyramid. torrential rain, torrential rain, torrential rain. Snow-capped mountains, snow-capped mountains, snow-capped mountains. Greek temple at sunrise, Greek temple at sunrise, Greek temple at sunrise. Coffin beside a grave, coffin beside a grave, coffin beside a grave. Birds flying across a sunset, birds flying across a sunset, birds flying across a sunset. Red clouds drifting, red clouds drifting, red clouds drifting. Across above a church, across above a church, across above a church. Stars at night, stars at night, stars at night. Full moon, full moon, full moon. Smiling Buddha, smiling Buddha, smiling Buddha. Wind from the sea, wind from the sea, wind from the sea. Waves breaking on a deserted beach, waves breaking on a deserted beach. Waves breaking on a deserted beach. The restless sea, eternal restless sea, eternal restless sea. Waves breaking on a deserted beach. Now it is time to repeat your resolve. Repeat the same resolve that you made at the beginning of the practice. Do not change it. Repeat the resolve 3 times with full awareness and feeling. Relax all efforts. Draw your mind outside and become aware of your breathing. Become aware of the natural breath. Awareness of the whole body. And awareness of breathing. Your body is lying totally relaxed on the floor. You are breathing quietly and slowly. Develop awareness of your body from the top of your head to the tips of the toes and say mentally in your mind, Om. Repeat Om mentally to yourself twice more. Become aware of the floor and position your body lying on the floor. Visualize the room around you. Become aware of your surroundings. Lie quietly and keep your eyes closed. And now start moving your body and stretching. Please take your time. Do not hurry. Stretching your arms over your head, stretching your spine. The practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Moving into your cat stretches, moving one knee across the body. Stretching your head the other way. Shoulders on the floor. And switch sides. Rubbing the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet. Grab hold of the knees and come sitting up for meditation, which is a meditation to feel a connection to your Ojas. And close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Allow your breath to deepen and smooth out. Allowing your eyes to close. Draw your attention away from your thoughts, emotions, or aches, and drop your awareness down into your navel area, holding it there until you feel a sensation. Slowly bring this awareness up into your heart center. Remember a moment in your life when you felt very deep love. Perhaps it was the birth of your child, emerging into the arms of your lover, being hugged by a parent, or the bliss you experience when you help someone in need. Maybe it was a time when you yourself felt totally vulnerable. When you add love to your point of focus, it builds your Ojas. Bring that moment fully to mind and notice where you feel the sensation of love in your body. Allow the sensation to move, to expand and permeate every cell of your being. When you grow the feeling of love inside of your body, you boost the power that enables you to remain strong and wise in the face of heartache, disease, and change. Relax into this loving container, watching how, over and over again, you will gain and lose the feeling, and how you can refocus and experience your inherent, enduring, sustaining power. And slowly begin to bring your awareness back into the moment. Just as a reminder about Yoga Nidra, as a state of consciousness, the awake state is beta, brainwave patterns, where we have sensory awareness. Yoga Nidra drops us into the alpha brainwave pattern. Deep relaxation, visionary states, conscious dreaming, and archetypal imagery. And why do we want to do that? In that betwixt and between, that liminal space. And I appreciate that everyone's not able to stay in that liminal space. But the gift of it is that we allow the ego mind to settle down, just take a back seat, and allow the unconscious to produce images for us, which may be frightening for some. From a Jungian psychology standpoint, if those images of the unconscious are not brought up for integration, they will find expression in our lives in ways that may be very, very painful and counterproductive. When an aspect of psyche wants to emerge, it will find a path. And so part of the practice of yoga and other practices are to work and allow, getting into this liminal state is where we can begin to allow the images to come up, work with them. That's why sometimes journaling can be very helpful after a yoga practice. That may not be everybody's thing. Maybe artwork, maybe a walk in nature. When these unconscious aspects of our personality come up, they've been kind of trapped there, and they want expression. It's possible also to do things like active imagination, which is another Jungian term for engaging with the images and having dialogue. We can get into that another time. But I do encourage you to delve into these practices with the idea that there's information and there's gold in the unconscious. And when we can tap into that, bring it up and integrate it, it's the making of personal transformation. It's the process of individuation from a Jungian perspective, which means becoming the authentic person, the real person that you were meant to be on this earth plane, which many of us don't know. It is indeed a journey of altered states, awareness, walking through the deep woods, metaphorically. Okay, and now we will end with a long sat and a short nam, followed by our community conversation time. Rubbing the palms together, allowing the eyes to close. Inhale deeply, exhale, and inhale to close the sacred circle. Sa Nam. Sat Nam, and thank you for joining. Have a wonderful day.